In one of my videos, I explained to you guys how to make biscuit ice cream cones. If you haven't watched that video, I'm going to drop a link by the end of this video so that you can kindly do so. In this video, I'm going to teach you from a recipe, as you see here, to the rolling process, to the baking process, and to the packaging of waffle ice cream cones. You won't want to miss any of these steps. My name is Alambe Charles. I'm a business person and a content creator. Welcome to BEKINS, the money making channel, where we hold your hands and grow together. And if this is your first time watching any of my videos, kindly subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you will not miss out on more amazing videos. So guys, without wasting much time, let's get started with our ingredients and our recipe proper. We have our mixing bowl here. We have our water. We have our flour. We have our measuring scale. We have our measuring cups. We have our sugar. We have our flavor here. We have our salt here. And we have our eggs here. We have our rulers here. We have our globes. And most importantly, we have our waffle cone maker, as you see here. One last thing that we need in this process is our whisk, an electric whisk. So guys, let's get going. For this recipe, we will need 1.5 kilograms of all-purpose flour, or 1,500 grams of flour. As you see here, 1,500 grams or 1.5 kilograms of flour. Let's put our flour in here. Let's put our flour in our mixing bowl. Then we're going to need 2.5 liters of water. So let's measure our water. Let's measure our water. (2,500 milliliters of water). So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pour my water into my flour, like this. So we will need 250 grams of butter. Let's measure our butter. So what we have here left is 250 grams of butter, which means that we have added 250 grams of butter in here. So we keep the excess aside because we don't need them. The next thing we are going to need is our eggs. We will need 3 large eggs. So we include that in our recipe, in our butter. We include the eggs in our butter. Our 3 large eggs are gone. So the next thing is that we're going to add 2 tablespoons of salt. This is our salt. Let's add our 2 tablespoons of salt. 1, 2. We keep our salt aside. So the next thing we're going to add in this bucket is our flavor. This flavor you see here it's a mixture of different types of flavors. So it's not just one flavor. That's why I will not talk about the flavor I have used in my baking process, because what I have here is a mixture of different types of flavor to give a whole different kind of flavor. When I open it, what comes out is amazing. These flavor mixtures I've done is out of experience. So if you want to know more, you're free to ask, and I'll be glad to explain more to you. So we need 2 teaspoons of flavor. 1, 2. So we are done with our flavor. We keep it aside. The next key thing we're going to include in this on a mixing bowl is our sugar. And for a reminder, our advice, you use specifically brown sugar. Are we okay? Use specifically brown sugar. So we're going to use 2 cups of sugar, or 250 grams plus 250 grams of sugar. That is 500 grams of sugar. So I measure my sugar. So that is 1 cup of brown sugar. This is another cup of brown sugar. So remember, 2 cups of brown sugar. I just added the first cup, and this is the second cup of brown sugar. So as you can see, we have put everything in our mixing bowl. So the next thing for us to do now is to gently mix all these ingredients that we have put in here together, so that it will be uniform and smooth. So guys, let's go in with the mixing proper. So this is what I have. Now that our batter is well mixed, the next thing we have to do is to preheat our waffle cone baker. So guys, I'm going to on my waffle cone baker, and I on this one. This waffle cone baker you see here, it's a double-headed waffle cone baker. We also have the single-headed, which comes just like this. This one is a double-headed waffle cone baker. So this is how it comes. Depending on your pockets, you can decide to go in for any category, either the single-headed, the double-headed, or the 4-headed, because I have seen the 4-headed. So you can decide to go in for any one, depending on the scale of a business you want to do. So guys, feel free to make a choice for yourself. And also, I want to let you know that we also have the semi-automatic waffle cone baker, where it mixes for you, it bakes for you, and it rolls for you. So you have another option to choose from. So guys, feel free to decide on whatever type or category you will need for your business. In case you need your own waffle cone baker, feel free to contact me, and be rest assured that any category of your choice you will get, and it will meet you wherever you're located. Distance is not a barrier. Let me talk a bit about my waffle cone baker. What you see here is a power button, and this is a temperature indicator. Same thing on the other side. This is our temperature regulator or controller. At this temperature, at this juncture, it's at 300 degrees Celsius. So the reason why I set it at this temperature at the beginning is because I am preheating my machine. So what I usually do is that I put it at the maximum temperature so that everything will heat on smoothly or fast. So that's what I want to achieve. Let them heat up fast so that I can start baking and go quickly. So now here we have our timer. We regulate our timer based on our temperature. So this other side has the same timer, and here we have our bakers, which are already getting hot. So this is how I taste if my machine is hot enough for me to start baking. So that's what I do. You cannot allow your hands to touch that place because it is extremely hot. It's at 300 degrees Celsius. If your hand touch that place, then be just assured that you will be burned severely. So what we have to do now is to prepare our batter and get set for the baking proper. So this is our batter. Let's pour in here into a smaller bowl so that we can easily carry and use. This measuring spoon here is going to help us to measure our batter. So let's keep it there. This one is going to help us to hold our cone for some minutes while they get cold before we keep them wherever we want to keep them safely. So these are our gloves. While we get ready, let's wear our protective gears. Our gloves are very, very important in this process. So please do well to get a glove that is well insulated and safe for this process. So let's wear our gloves, and please don't forget to use gloves that will fit into your hands properly so that you will feel comfortable in using them. That is very, very important. You have to feel comfortable in your gloves and in the using process, so they will not disturb your food, your rolling of your cones. From every indication, our machine is well heated. So guys, let's get going with our baking proper. So they are good to go. Let me release some of the heat that's stuck inside. So what I'm going to do now, I will drop the temperature to 250 degrees Celsius for both sides. 250 degrees Celsius. That's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to bake at extremely high temperature. So there we go. We put our butter on our baker and close. Then we time it. Let me go at 3 minutes. Let me go here at 3 minutes. Now I have set the machine at 3 minutes. So that doesn't mean that I have to wait till the 3 minutes before I open. No. Before the 3 minutes, I will open to see whether it is ready or not. Then if it is ready, I remove before the 3 minutes. If it's not ready, I allow to bake again for some time. I'll have to assess to see the progress of the baking. So that is what I'm going to do to always get my cones right. And from time to time, as I bake, I open and rotate. Bake and open and rotate, because sometimes some sides will bake faster than the other. So I try to rotate for it to bake uniformly, so that as it bakes, I'll have a uniform product as I want to get. So guys, let me open and check and see how everything is going. Wow, you see what I'm talking about? Wow, everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. That side bakes more than this side, so I rotate and I allow everything to keep going. Look at my time. My time keeps going, and in my mind, I already know that my cones will soon get ready. So it shows that it might get ready before my 3 minutes, or it might get ready within the 3 minutes. So I just have to keep checking like that, so that I will not allow my cones to burn out too much. So what I'm looking for is for the cones to have a perfect brown color. So that's what I'm after, and I have to be keen to get that result. If not, the cones might underbake, or the cones will not be brown enough the way I want it, or they will be over brown. So that is what I want to achieve in this process, and I will always constantly, one of my time is up. Let me check. So you see what I have, right? The cones are perfectly baked. At this juncture, I will remove and quickly fold, because if I remove the cones and delay, it will get dry before it before I roll them, and by so doing they will break instead of folding easily. So in order to achieve a good folding, I have to act fast whenever I remove. So guys, please be vigilant to see what I do in the process of folding. So that's my waffle cone. I put it here and I pick this side, I close this hole under and I roll. You see, this cracking is because of a slight delay. I close again, I set my time. So that's what we have. I place it here, I check this one. Because of that delay, this one is too brownish, but no problem, the color is still good, it's not burned. I fold, and that is me. This is the size I want to achieve, and I hold for some time while I feed in the next. I set my timing, so that is what I have. We keep there. So that is how we get our cones. What you see here simply shows that I overfilled my batter into my beaker. So this is my measuring cup. Normally when I measure, I go slightly like that, but if you put it too much, it will overflow too much. So that is the secret when you're baking with a waffle cone baker. So the rolling process is easy, but I want to assure you that practice makes perfect. So please let me take some time out and demonstrate the rolling process with something else before my cones come out. So permit me to demonstrate the rolling process with this particular thing I want to use here. So how do we achieve the rolling process? This is our roller and this is our cone. So while the cones are baking, let's learn this. When you remove your cone from your machine and place them here, what you do is that you place your rollers like this on top of the cones. Then you pick this particular edge and place here. Let it go under here. Then you slightly roll for this particular edge part to enter under. Then you place your hand at this extreme end to close this hole and you do the rolling. So that is it. If I remove, that's my cone. That one is ready. Let's check. So this is what I'm talking about. So that is what we have. So you see what we have as our cones. This is what we have, and that's how easy the rolling process is all about. Set our time. So as you can see the hole inside is closed. Our cones, the size are okay. This is the size we want. If you wanted something bigger, we'll allow it to be bigger, but this is the size we want, and this is the size our customers appreciate. So as you can see, this is what I've achieved so far within a very short period of time. This bakes very fast. Within 3 minutes, this is off. Within 3 minutes, this is off. Which means that within 6 minutes, I already have 2 cones to go with at a temperature of 250 degrees Celsius. And if you increase the temperature higher, let's say at 300 degrees Celsius, it means that within 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes, your cones will be baked already. So if you want to go that fast, it means within 4 minutes, you already have 2 cones. And imagine that if within 4 minutes, you already have 2 cones, how many cones are you going to have, let's say, for 30 minutes? So for this less time that I've been here, see what I've achieved. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I already have 6 cones. So you can imagine the time frame within which I use to achieve 6 cones with little or no stress. So this is a good machine to start with. And we continue filling. We put that one there. Wow. So when you delay to remove your cones, they burn out easily. So you see what's coming out. So when you delay to remove your cones, this is what happens. So this is a waste. Let's set our time. So the question is, what happened? This is because we delayed to remove the cone from the machine. Another thing is because um, our baking time was inappropriate. For example, if our baking time was normally supposed to set our baking time for our alarm to remind us, let's say 2 minutes, but we set our time at 3 minutes. Because of that longer duration, our cones will bake before our alarm will signal that these cones here are ready. So please, when baking, always take note of this to avoid all these four kind of losses. If I touch this, if I have to hold this cone, it will simply break. It will simply break. And if you eat this one now, it will be bitter in the mouth. So as you can see, I am done baking. So when you are done baking, what you have to do is to allow the cones to cool down for some time so that they will get hardened better. So when that is done, we move to the next stage of our cone making process. And this is the final stage, which is all about what? Packaging your cone so that they will be airtight and stay for as long as possible, so that they will remain crunchy for as long as possible. So in order to achieve that, let's move on to see what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to need my sealing machine as I have here, and a plastic like this one to put in my cones. So what I always do is that I arrange my cones in five five, and I make four. I make my cones in fives, and I make four of them. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Wow, everything is good to go. So as you can see, this is what I have. These are my cones, perfectly sealed, airtight. I know that you have enjoyed every part of this video, and if you have done so, give me a thumb up, share this video to others, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions and need further assistance, please don't forget to leave your comment in my comment section, and I will reply you as soon as I receive them. Thank you very much. Keep watching Bekins, the money making channel, where we hold your hand and grow together. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.